What's up, y'all? It's your boy eBay Predictions in the building. Y'all know I love doing these videos. And if you're not sure what this video is, this is breaking news, major fight announcements. Just yesterday, we got a bombshell of fucking fight announcements. So many things got announced. I'm gonna be talking about them. I usually do these when there's like a really big, like four, at least four. If there's at least four fight announcements that are major, I'll do them. I love doing these videos, man. So yeah, let's get to it. Next fight, I guess that got announced. Beneil Dariush versus Charles Oliveira. The date is October 3rd. Obviously, these guys are going to be fighting at 155. I love this fight, man. I really do, man. Beneil Dariush deserves it. At the end of the day, when I talk about a guy, a stand-up guy, that's just a professional, man. He lives that martial art life. Now in terms of skill and ability, I just call him more of a grappler. But this last year, he's had two knockout of the year contenders or candidates. When I'm looking at the awards of this year, two I'm gonna give it to, man. And his spinning back fist over Scott's Holtman was insane, and then his knockout of Derek Close was so beautiful. The karma was so beautiful. But on the other hand, Charles Oliveira is coming off this win over Kevin Lee. His resurrection at lightweight has been tremendous, man. This is a guy that was at featherweight, that was supposed to be, the next big guy, but was losing to guys like Anthony Pettis, Max Holloway. No shame in that. Two former champions and two all-time greats, you know. So a lot of people kind of wrote him off. He also lost his debut at 155 to Paul Felder. This is a guy that didn't have it easy coming up, but has kind of figured things out and is hitting his stride. And this is an awesome matchup. I love it. It does reek of Charles Oliveira needs to be active, and there's no top five guy that wants to fight Charles Oliveira. It does have that kind of sense, but this is an awesome matchup. You have two grapplers that can strike. Uh, it's gonna be crazy, man. You know, I can't wait for it. It's an awesome matchup. And the crazy thing about Beneil Dariush, it's not too long ago this guy got knocked out by Alex Hernandez and kicked out of the rankings. You know, this is the message about this fight is stay humble, guys, and good things will happen to you. Look at this. The guy got kicked out of the rankings, got knocked out by Alex Hernandez, got disrespected in the fight, in my opinion. He tried to go for the little handshake, and then Alex kicked it away and was like, nah, and Alex knocked him out. Now, let's look at their trajectory of their careers. Beneil Dariush goes on a 3-fight win streak over what was it called? Frank Camacho, Drew Dober, Derek Close, and including Scott Holtzman. So that's fucking four. You know, that guy, he just kept a level head, wasn't disrespectful, and kept doing his thing, and good things happened to him. And now let's look at Alex Hernandez. Was talking shit about Cowboy Cerrone, got his ass beat, then came back, had a fucking bullshit decision win over Fernando Trinaldo, and then got humbled by Drew Dober. You know, I don't take no joy in seeing Alex Hernandez not succeed in life. I hope the kid comes back. But if there ever is a lesson to learn from this, stay humble, and even when things don't go your way, be the bigger man and be good. But yeah, next fight that got announced, Rafael dos Anjos versus Islam Makhachev. The date, October 24th. This is obviously just reports. They're looking at UFC 254. Makes a lot of sense. Khabib's going to be fighting Justin Gaethje. Why don't you just have Islam's to be on the co-main event with Rafael dos Anjos? I would love that. If they don't, well, obviously you got Robert Whitaker and Jericho in here, so you probably can't do that. But you got to have the whole entire Khabib squad on there. And if the Khabib squad's supposed to be there, then Islam's supposed to be there. So if you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. This is an awesome fight. I love this fight. Um, Dos Anjos coming back at 155. And they have history against each other, man. Um, Dos Anjos does have a loss to Khabib, and it was really interesting. Dos Anjos had become the champ after that loss to Khabib, and Khabib was still a contender. And there was always this tension, are they ever gonna run it back? What's going on here? So, it was super interesting. But yeah, Islam Makhachev. Uh, I when I look at all the Dagestani guys, he's one of the most impressive ones. I feel like him. He's up there with Zabit, uh, Ankalaev, um, a lot of them in terms of just the potential that could be really successful. A lot of these, Dagestanis, they're really tough and they're really good cage wrestlers in MMA, but there's nothing really special about them. Islam Makhachev's cage wrestling is like superb, and he can strike. Man, he had a phenomenal fight against Armin Tarushkin, and I have a lot of respect for Armin. And then he looked pretty good against Davi Ramos. Um, I think Islam Makhachev's ceiling is really, really high. He can become champion, and I think this is the fight to kind of show everyone that I can become champion, and this is kind of like his coming out party. Now, on the other hand, this is for Dos Anjos. This is a big important fight. You know, I think he made this is a wonderful point. Guys like Luke Rockhold and even RDA makes, and even Cerrone had made this a while back. When I left the division, I was the number 2 guy in the world. You know, let's not forget that Dos Anjos was the number 2 lightweight in the world when he left lightweight. Yes, you can say he's degraded or whatever. I don't like calling people degraded, but unless it's like apparent that they're super degraded, just because you lose doesn't mean you're degraded. It just means the person might actually be better, and you might actually have to give that person credit for winning. I don't know. Maybe you guys don't do that, but Dos Anjos is one of those guys that even though he's lost at welterweight, I still see there's still some fight left in him, and he did have I would say his worst loss at welterweight probably was Michael Chiesa. That was a loss that I felt like he shouldn't have lost to. I felt like if he probably would have went, if he would have given them 2 more rounds, he might have been able to win. But it was a 3-round fight, and he did accept that, so it is his fault. But yeah, man, this is also a big fight for Dos Anjos. It's his way back in the rankings, and if he beats Islam, man, like I always said, it Kevin Lee gunning for Islam was the smartest thing Kevin Lee could do. Was that you beat one of Khabib's boy, you might lure Khabib to a fight. Now I don't think Khabib's gonna do that, but this is a good way to set your name in the division to beat a kid like that, and it's a great fight for both of them. I love it. It's awesome, and great matchmaking from the UFC. Next fight, barn burner, banger. Donald Cerrone versus Nico Price. Date September 19th. Obviously, they're going to be fighting at welterweight. This is such a great fight, guys. I can't tell you how great of a fight it is. I'm literally like, I don't know who would win this fight. Like, you literally can't tell me who's going to win this fight. They're both coming off losses. Cerrone's coming off a loss to Anthony Pettis, and Nico's coming off a loss to Vicente Luque. This is just, if I was talking to a casual, and I'm going to tell you, like, if there ever is a fight to watch, and you want to just see a good ass fight, this is the fight. Both guys are just fucking finishers, man. Fucking finishers if I've ever seen it. And this is gonna be an awesome fight, guys. I love it. I think they're probably gonna be co-main event to Colby and Woodley. I think at first September 19th was supposed to be Izzy and Costa, but I think they're moving that to September 29 or 26. I forgot the date, but they're gonna be moving that fight. It is what it is with that. But yeah, this is an awesome fight. If it's a co-main event, it's the best co-main event of all time, man. I love this fucking fight, man. Both guys are just finishers if I've ever seen it. So yeah, it's gonna be great. Next fight, Korean Zombie versus Brian Ortega. I think we might get it right this time, guys. Last time, Brian Ortega pulled out due to injury. They're supposed to be fighting on October 17th. Now there's some beef to this, though. They don't like each other. Before, it was more respect. There was kind of trash talk going back and forth in the first one, but it was friendly. This one, they don't like each other. Obviously, Korean Zombies, actually, the translator was talking mess on Ariel Helwani's show and basically called Brian Ortega scary, even though he pulled out with an injury. And Brian Ortega felt some type of way about that. And I've been injured myself, so I can kind of understand, like, come on, bro, don't lie on my name or something like that. So I guess he felt some type of way and decided, instead of talking to the guy that actually said it, he wanted to attack the translator. and he slapped the translator up a little bit at I think it was at 248, the 248 pay-per-view, with Romero and Izzy in the audience, and he slapped him up. And I think one of the coldest lines Korean Zombie ever tweeted out was right after that incident, and he said, "I don't care about a title shot that I've already earned," because he was coming off a win over Frankie Edgar and Renato Mocha. That's some pretty good wins, and I feel like he's the de facto #1 contender. But he said, "I don't care about a title shot that I've even earned. I only see blood. I only see one man's face. Brian Ortega, I see your blood. I want to take you out." That was so cold. Now, he tweeted it out. If he would have said it, it would have been on another level. But I love this kind of feud. Korean Zombie's been cracking me up on Twitter lately. He also said when after Max Holloway and Volkanovski had their second fight, he was like, "I'm embarrassed to share the same weight class as Volkanovski. He is not a real champion, and I promise when we fight, it will not go to decision." So this is an awesome fight. I love this fight. It's right now. We're in a weird situation at featherweight. It's so top heavy as fuck. We don't really have a #1 contender. My #1 contender is Korean Zombie, but you could make a debate like, hey, Yair Rodriguez beat him, so can you really say that? But that fight was super close, so it is what it is. I love this fight, man, and whoever wins this fight is probably the #1 contender. On the other hand, Brian Ortega has not fought in 1 year. He is getting close to another year. He needs to fucking fight. This is bullshit. If you don't get the Korean Zombie fight somebody else. Calvin Kattar is in the division. Zabit needs a fight. Step up, bro. I'm sick and tired of this guy, man. I will forever. I won't call myself like a major Max Holloway fan, but I don't know if it's still on my channel, but I predicted that Max Holloway was going to beat Brian Ortega, and I'm more of a Frankie Edgar fan, and I was heartbroken when Brian Ortega murdered Frankie, right? So I kind of want to see him lose, and then everyone kept saying next generation of MMA, who can beat Brian Ortega, and I was so fucking thankful to Max Holloway when he put that beating on Brian Ortega, and that talk of Brian Ortega next generation of MMA, unstoppable, unbeatable in any area, stopped. It was so beautiful. I loved it. No one said anything. It is what it is. And yeah, that's it for the fight announcements, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. eBay Predictions is out.